So when they come in and they do that, most of the people don't know they fighting the system with the system. That's like trying to shoot at your enemy with the gun pointed at yourself. You can't fight the system with the system that don't belong here in the first place. You ain't gonna never win. They'll tell you in a ruling that you're right, that the United States is a corporation. And when they get done, all they got to do is put this word MOOT to your arguments, and it's like you ain't never said nothing. And they do have cases on the books where somebody using the law and they absolutely right, but the judge say that the ruling is moot, and then don't give them any relief. I read plenty of those cases where they tell him he right all the way through his appeal, but then when it come time to rule on it, his arguments became moot. So they declined to issue a ruling on his behalf. That's a rigged system. They just don't want thinkers running around in the neighborhood infecting other people with some stuff called critical thinking. Because then we start seeing cultural behavior being criminalized by a foreign agency or system. So we got to reverse engineer everything that was done coming into this mess. We had to see it going out. Now we at the 1776 mark, where the Republic was taken over between 1776 and 1783 with the secondary constitution. This is the struggle to get us from under the Admiralty back under the Republic jurisdiction so that they can surrender it back to tribal jurisdiction, the great law, the law of the land, aka the common law. And then the tribal courts be reenacted, and you had chiefs that's presiding in the tribal court according to his ability to administer law. And the best person for the job is who gets the job.
That's something. That is something. Now I'm gonna ask this question because I know this has been going. I'm gonna move me down here so you can see, and then as we go along, I'm gonna move it over because for some reason this sign is up here and it's stopping us from being seen. So I'll move it around as we go around. Once my question is asked, I'll move niche back. Okay, Rod. I'm predicting, and I'm gonna say it, that we're gonna have some crap going on. And the reason why I'm saying it is because my mortgage company sends me a statement with $200 extra on my mortgage. And so, okay, I'm like, is this a late fee? I'm trying to figure it out. What's going on? Where is this $200 coming from? Well, they done put up the taxes and the home insurance. That's, I don't know if you experienced it yet or what have you, but around the globe, I started asking people, did your mortgage go up? My mortgage went up $200, not $50, not $200. And that's the reason why I'm saying that we are going to have an issue, because they're saying because taxes went up and they have to charge us more now for mortgage. Eggs, $7. And I'm sorry they have to keep saying it, but it frustrated me so bad this afternoon in the supermarket. You don't find that to be like weird out of nowhere, saying the property value went up in my house. I got too much equity, all kinds of stuff, anything to push it up to that $200. And it's almost like no way around it.
You got to ask them to show you where in the contract you agreed to them to be able to raise your mortgage without notice.
And then I find, and I don't know if anybody knows this, it's called tax assessor. I call them, right? For some people, you can be exempt from tax. I never knew this, but in arguing with the mortgage company, they said, yeah, my mortgage went up. So I don't think it's at a fixed rate, because for some reason it can go up. I just read something in the chat. but you can be exempt from some taxes. So they just sent me the application to have me exempt from some certain taxes in this area, and it also includes what area you live in as well. If you live in a somewhat nice area, they'll start putting these taxes on you. Like, what the easy? So I'm just saying, I think that everybody that's experiencing that should check that.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's an issue.
Okay.
And,
Now,
mm-hmm.
what happened? What happened when the rollout comes for the collapse of the banks? The bottom falls out of the mortgage industry. They already been told both auto loans and house loans, where mortgages are, have been already instructed to find ways to liquidate those mortgages. In other words, get that property to them people and stop making them pay. But they don't want. They not gonna do it until they forced to do it because they still believe they running something. They not running nothing no more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they gonna raise your mortgage. They might do a whole bunch of other stuff. That's part of the chaos.
Right. I'm going to look into the fixed rate situation because that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Under,
sorry, go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, under fixed rate, they're not supposed to be able to raise your mortgage, especially without your consent. They normally give you a MOU, memorandum of understanding, to sign as an addendum to the contract.
I know. I'm going to look into the rate situation come Tuesday because schools and everything is closed on Monday. So I'm going to look into that because I don't know what's going on. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I think what's happening is that, right, so a lot of people put in the, hey, Sakina, baby, about the fixed rate or adjustable rate mortgage. So, yeah, for sure. So, like, make sure you should know if you have, like, an adjustable rate mortgage, which means that depends on the interest rate, it fluctuates, right, or your fixed rate. Like, I have a fixed rate mortgage, but my payments definitely increase because of the homeowner's insurance.
Yeah, behind it. You were never supposed to be able to find the unseen hand. The hidden hand, the black hand. The black hand of that Moorish man dangling from under that white KKK robe. Fucking Bixby ass nigga. The biggest trick they ever played on us was to tell us we with you, brother. We believed them until we was deceived for their deception. Go back and listen to Sammy Davis Jr. talking about it was niggas that killed Malcolm X. And that's why he was surrounded himself by Italian mafiosos, because they was trying to kill his ass too. And it ain't no secret. He went to Frank Sinatra for help at the advice of Dean Martin. Became part of the Rat Pack so he could have mob protection from them black nigga Jews.
I heard about that. Yeah, that's facts.
He was telling me back then, not just him. Malcolm says a distinct difference between the house Negro and the field Negro. We didn't know what he was talking about till Steve Coakley told us that when Malcolm discovered him, he called them the Council of Six, because he said as far as Malcolm could see from where he was looking at. Right? This is when Steve Coakley is unveiling the Black Boule. The Black Boule Society sheep dip members from the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities. Right? As they get to the Talented Tenth, this is where he said W.E.B. Du Bois came in. At the Talented Tenth is where they select the ones that they gonna put in front of you as an example to show you that they can control you without telling you they control it. Basic mathematics. Whether they salvage right jurisdiction of the crash of the Plymouth, which was the Mayflower, is to send an expedition. Now remember, while Lewis and Clark is going north and west, all of the tribes going to give support to the war effort in Florida is going south and east. So when they see all of the castles empty, because I'm not sending my son to war and I ain't fighting next to him. This is how we move over here on the land. But over there, they will send their son to war and stay at home under their blanket in front of the fireplace. We didn't believe in that over here. So while we was going to fight in the Gullah Wars, they assessing the land off of the assessment of the Louisiana Purchase. Apparently, the report comes back, there's no royalty on the land because the castles is empty. What castles? The one in Chicago, Minnesota, Montana, all the way across to Oregon and Washington State. So we all going to fight in the war. They saying that the crash site was bigger than they anticipated and they needed to expand their salvage operations, which opened up the squatters lanes. The squatter lanes came in when there was large portions of land appointed to a tribe by the tribal mother council. But because the tribe only lived in a small portion of the land, they assumed, oh, this ain't nobody land. But when you go back and you look at all of the attempts to buy land from the chiefs, we look at them like they crazy. You can't buy it. You can't buy and sell Mama Earth. That's the most ridiculous thing we ever heard of. Right? So they create their paperwork, their alloidial title system, in order to lay claim under the salvage right what the squatter has returned to the crown.
Can somebody mute up, please? Make sure you guys ladies on mute.
Or make sure that their YouTube is actually shut off.
Just mute up. Just mute up. Yes. But I'm so happy that we got Rod. You're bringing the ladies out tonight. We have Big Sister YM, Z-Real, Goddess Molita. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Who came up first? I'm not sure.
Big so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Peace and love, ladies. I love what you sisters are doing. And, you know, I've been pretty much, you know, I'm raised in Brooklyn, New York all of my life. Right now, I live in Delaware. My thing was,
I do too.
I know you do. I've been waiting for us to bump heads and so we can link up. But you know, so I've been on this journey, my sisters and Uncle Rod, for many, many years. But I am a lesbian woman, so even though I'm on this journey, I'm not often accepted by our community. Now, as someone that does live Rusabat, Baba Yanu only taught us love. That is it. But I try to extend that to our brothers and sisters, and it's not often received because of how I live. And I think that's a personal choice of mine, and it doesn't have anything to do with what I stand for. What I stand for is love, peace, and unity. Because I'm a 70s baby, and when I was coming up, that's all we knew. And I feel as though when we had nothing, we were better off as a people. But now, because we have all these devices and all these things taking our attention away, what is the prize? We are lost because our babies have fallen prey to all of this. We were born, you know, coming up in the 70s. I'm from Marcy Projects, my grandparents rather. And, you know, we didn't always have, but we had each other and we had love. And love is the thing that I feel is lacking the most. So this is why I love what you sisters do. And I love you, Uncle Rod. And I just love us. And I just want to see us do better. But I see so many of our brothers and sisters, they're lost. They're lost. I talk to them all the time because I'm on the wrong side of Delaware. Because I let somebody move me from New York to here. And this is where I wound up. And I sometimes feel like I'm on the wrong side because no one around me is like-minded like me. So I just feel like, yeah, and I thought about that too, Uncle Rod, and I said, I've been here for 11 years. I must be here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm constantly trying to reach my people. Please stop what you're doing. But it's so hard. And then my family, I just try to reach all of them. But it seems like nobody's listening most of the time.
Well, somebody listening. It must like that might not be the one you're trying to get the message to, but somebody listening.
Thank you.
It's always somebody listening.
Always.
Why you in your personal life? That's your personal business, and they're the ones without seeing to cast the first stone.
Okay, that part.
Thank you. That's what I always say too.
And you can put your information in the private chat, okay? Because we do.
Yes, I will.
You know, we do sister talks, and we love to hear the opinions of other sisters. You know, concerning what our fight, what we going through.
Thank you, and I will do that. And for you sisters, I'm waiting on my Cash App to come in the mail right now because I really stopped messing with Cash App once that incident happened with the guy that was owning Cash App. I kind of just stopped. But once my Cash App does come, I will be sending you sisters something, and that is from me to you, and that's out of love.
Thank you.
Because I don't have nothing but my word, and my word is my bond.
Okay.
The fact that you're here with us tonight is more than enough, and we appreciate your presence and your support, really and truly.
Thank you.
Definitely, and send love to definitely Chief
girl in the house. Hey, girly girl.
Yes, you got it. All right, who's next? Come on, y'all, with the questions. Who came in next?
Z-Real.
Z-Real. Hey, Z-Real. Hey, sister.
How are you guys? How are you having me?
Right, we'll bring the sisters out.
We're bringing the ladies out, right?
Yes.
I love it.
It's that Black Girl Magic.
Okay.
Black Girl Magic. I put that shit on everything.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, Z-Real, sorry. You know, how we are. Go ahead, you got it.
Oh, I'm here for the festivities.
Jumpy.
Children all day, every day. So I appreciate the sisters. And Chief P, of course. Now listen, this is the thing that I had an issue with, right? How come some Spaniard people play like they with us, but they came over? So I'm usually confused as to which group claims Native American heritage, which group is acting like they're us and down with us, because they embody my children. So in East Harlem, 116, that's where we usually where I derived from when I started raising my children. And so my children made a group.
Harlem? Excuse me, Miss Harlem?
I sent you a shout out when you said it. Boo.
Harlem World all day. What? All day.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, so y'all already know. We can go
back in the building.
And I am from Nostrand Avenue.
Me too. Big up in they one.
Right.
Shout out to all 5 boroughs in NYC.
All day long, New York.
Yes.
I keeps it moving. But anyway, so what I noticed is that we're mixed, and so my children are mixed. So when they go down into the Spanish community, they are embraced. So I can understand the Spaniards that are there. Now I moved to PA, and I really can't tell the difference. So in PA, they set themselves apart from our nation. So it was like,
let me give you a little background that might help you understand what's going on. The Spaniards invaded all of those Latin American countries that gave them the language of Spanish. And the other people that's not as dark as us know that it's a conflict going on between 2 groups of people with similar phenotypes, with different genetic backgrounds. Smashed us all together to see if we can figure out who he is 200 years later. So they don't want to get caught up in the conflict between the L's and the Bays. They look at it like I'm staying out of y'all family business, but when it's time for us to take a side, we already picked a side. In most Spanish-speaking countries, they identify with their native origin more than they do the colonizer's origin. We Puerto Ricans, Arawak, Boricua,
Right.
right? It's the same with most of the islands have kindred tribes. When you get to Mexico, you got different ethnic stocks throughout Mexico, but all they show you is the Chinese Negro hybrid. They don't show you the Afro Mexicans or the ones up in the mountains fighting for liberation for the Zapatista. They don't show you those Mexicans because they too dark and some of them curls is too tight. So they don't want you to think that Mexico have a diversified cultural background of different tribes from the land. We do. We always had every skin color over here. Skin color was not the issue. Skin color was the parameters of war gave to us as what we call legal doctrine of free white persons, the attackers, the invaders, and the black pieces, which is the defenders, the civilly mortis, the ones found dead at sea in a salvage operation, right? So the Spanish, they want to be a part of the tribal team that's victorious. When you hear El Chapo talking to them Mexicans, you go understand what I'm talking about. Because he been communicating with Larry Hoover and Malachi York, and I didn't even know Larry Hoover knew how to speak Spanish, but apparently he do.
For sure. And I was going to ask you about that. I wanted to ask you about Dr. York. And go ahead.
But when they're in Spanish Harlem, even the Mexicans, they do not associate with us. They identify. They have that party, that parade all up 3rd Avenue. They monopolize, and I know because I used to live on the 12th floor, and they start that sucker 9:30, 10 o'clock with that daggone parade. And they go all day.